Thank you very much. That's Some Enchanted Evening. My name's Tim the Piano Man, and this one's called On the Street Where You Live. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. Here's On the Sunny Side of the Street. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. great audience. Thank you very much. Here's some more music. This is another New Orleans tune. This is not Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. This is Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans? Thank you very much. What a great audience. This one's called What a Wonderful World. you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. That's what a wonderful world and what a wonderful audience. Here's some more music. Hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. That's My Blue Heaven. Now here's a song called Blue Moon. Thank you. What a great audience. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know your song, I'll play it. If I don't know it, I'll play something else.
Bésame mucho.
Hey, that's a good one. I'll do it. I am pleased to know your requests, man, because sometimes you throw a curveball and I can't hit it. But I think I can do that one. Here it is. Bésame mucho. Thank you very much. That's called the cha-cha-cha ending. So far with requests, I'm 1 for 1, which is 100%.
Autumn leaves.
Autumn Leaves, that's a good one. I'll do it. Autumn Leaves. I usually play that one after autumn arrives.
I like it all, huh?
All the time. Yes, ma'am. Hey, that's my kind of request. Remember, if you have a request, just write it on something small like a $100 bill and put it in my pocket. Maybe you'd like to hear this next one. This one's called Skylark. It's by Hoagie Carmichael. Thank you. We're a great audience. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I brought 2 copies of my CD called Panoply, also pronounced Panoply or Pineapple. I'm going to play a couple tracks from this album, and if you're interested, I'm selling them for $20 after the show. This is track 7. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much.
And number 9, that's one of my favorites.
Number 9. I have to look up which one that is. That is
Electrical tape.
electrical tape. Okay, great. I like that request. I love getting requests for my original music. Thank you very much. Thank you. Great audience. That was track number 9 from my CD, Panoply, also pronounced Panoply and Pineapple. Let's do another one from this one. This is, well, let's see, you don't do this one very often. I'll do the last one. This one's called Make It Right. This one's got a little boogie on it. Thank you. Speaking of a little boogie, here's some boogie woogie for y'all. very much. That's some boogie woogie for y'all's afternoon. My name's Tim the Piano Man. I got time for just a couple more. Remember, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know it, I'll play it. If I don't know it, I'll play something else. Of course, if you're enjoying the repertoire, then I will continue as such. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here's my last song for the day. I'm going to play a song. This one is called Sesibone. what a great audience. That's it for me for today. Thanks, y'all, for being here. You could have been anywhere. You could have been taking a nap, but you chose to be here, so I thank you.
You want a napkin? Okay, you're good. Okay.
Sure do. If nobody else, if it doesn't have a name on it here.
It's got your name.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I think I got plenty now.
Oh my goodness. Y'all make me want to keep coming back.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you,
It
ma'am.
was delightful as usual.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate your requests.
Our pleasure.
Hey, don't you have to go? Yeah, I'll just go out. I'll walk you out. Okay, so that's your bag too.
Okay. I love your jewelry.
Oh, well, this is over 100 years old. It was my husband's mother's,
It's beautiful.
and it's one of these kind of.
Wow. That's what they call a timepiece.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, be careful going.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the snacks.
There you go. So, yeah. And then when my mom comes back for you, scratch it. But if you're not feeling good, don't feel
They gave me snacks. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. They gave me snacks. They're so nice. So nice. I can't eat all of this, but I'm going to eat the fruit. So I play piano at retirement communities. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. When it comes to the requests, let's see. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Maja Podgorska says, can you play for release? I did see that one, but it was, I think this show I needed to keep it up a little bit more, so I didn't do that one. The Key Guy, what songs do you play? So many. I do a lot of jazz and a lot of ragtime. Megan Driscoll says hello. Hello, Megan. I'm eating watermelon. They gave me watermelon at the last gig. Marco says, excellent, mister. Thank you. What's that emoji? Coffee and whiskey? Irish coffee. Hey. Megan Driscoll says, you play so beautiful song. Thank you. Little Ninjas says, you play amazingly. Thank you, Little Ninjas. Morne Koiti says, good. Thank you. Jesus rocks. Oh, Jesus. Says, lovely little piano bar music thingy. Thanks. Thank you. Panzer Shalad says, your music is fire. Love from Poland. Poland. The Blanets. Kendra Mendeval Puma says, hola. Hola. Canta a mi. I'm not sure what that means. Sing to me? I don't sing professionally. Felipe says, play Don't Bother Me by the Beatles, please. I didn't see that request, so I need to see the request, I need to know it, and it has to be appropriate for the audience. I think a Beatles tune would have been appropriate for this audience, though, because they're kind of up, they're like in their... I mean, the vibe was up, and they're like baby boomers, so I think they would have appreciated some Beatles. Sorry I didn't see it, though. Ecstasy says, nice. Thank you. Hurricane says, great stuff, bro, keep it up. Sudik Patel says, play All of Me. I did see that one. Josh Martin also asked for All of Me. I think you asking for the John Legend or the Jazz Standard. Arima says, play Giorno theme. I get requests for that sometimes. My request list is very long, and I haven't gotten a chance in my life to like really settle down and go through it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Dante says, hi. One of my international friends with a name that I can't read because it's in Chinese or Japanese characters says hi, so I say hi back. Fabian Perea says, tu talento brilla como la calva. I think I understand what that means. Thank you. Sidekick Pool says, you're amazing, sir. Thank you. LS, hello. Hey, welcome back. I should be studying for my med entrance, but I'm watching the live. Whoa, don't put that on me. Whoa. Wow. Maybe you need a little break. Hey, I'll leave that up to you. You know, you're an adult. I'm assuming you're an adult, and you can make your own choices. I'm glad that you're here. Is there any questions that I can answer for you? You'll go back in a bit. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, it's good to take breaks. Good to take breaks. I'm going to drive to my next show. Cool. Oh, what kind of medicine are you interested in studying? Like what kind of field? Pediatrics. That's great. With a question mark. So it sounds like that probably was not something that was appropriate for me to ask. I know that you're probably just needing to get through your exams and then kind of take it as it comes. So I support this. But that's great, you know. I feel underdressed for my next gig. It's a dinner gig and I usually wear a blazer. I'm wearing this button up here and I don't have my nicest shoes on. I have like my boots that I wear and they work with like a business casual. But I'm gonna go to this gig and see what happens. I'm worried because I'd have to see a lot of sick kids, as is the definition of the profession. Yeah, that is, I suppose. But you'd also be doing checkups, shots, that kind of thing. I don't know why I feel like it's my place to give career advice, so I'm not going to. I'm a musician, man. I am just a musician here doing my thing, trying to play the best that I can for the seniors at retirement communities. That's my wheelhouse. That's my wheelhouse, as they say. Which is cool. I'm glad to be doing what I do. It's a skill set. I didn't think that I was going to be doing this full time. I was talking about this on a stream earlier. I didn't think that I was going to be playing music full time because LS, I need to merge, so I can't read your comment, but it looked like you said I look old-timey. And you know what? I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment because I think that I like the classic style. Like the vibe you got, I wouldn't worry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess it'll be fine. I tend to overdress, you know, like to dress up too much. I like doing that because it's kind of like my branding in a way. For a while I was wearing a hat, like wherever I went. Because when I first started out, I had a lot more hair on the top of my head, and I'd actually have it in a man bun, and I was worried that the seniors I was playing for would judge me because I had a man bun. So I started wearing this hat on top of it, and I was like, I felt like a spy, like I was dancing between worlds. It was funny. Hello, Snow Fox Games. Welcome back. How are you doing? Hope that you're doing very well. You know what, y'all? I need to make a call. I need to end this live stream and make a call to this retirement community because I don't know if the gig is on or not, and I need to find out. And I need to change lanes. Much love, everybody. Good luck, LS, on your studies. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. It is a compliment. Thank you. I shall take it as such. Thank you very much. Tune into another live stream coming up. Tim the Piano Man, and I'll see you in the next one.